What if the most expensive mistake older women make after 65 isn't about money, health, or relationships, but about what they stop paying attention to? Most women over 70 believe that if something hasn't gone wrong yet, it probably won't. But here's the mystery. Millions of older women across the United States lose independence, confidence, or financial security not because of one big event, but because they quietly ignored the same warning signs for decades. The danger is dramatic. That's why it's so easy to miss and so costly when it finally shows up. Here's the first clue. According to the National Institute on Aging, women live longer than men, but spend more total years managing disability, stress, and financial strain. That alone should raise a question. If longevity is a strength, why does quality of life drop so sharply for so many women after 70? Something important is missing from the conversation. To understand what's happening now, we have to go back to early adulthood. In their 20s and 30s, women are conditioned to prioritize children, partners, parents, careers. Personal preservation comes second. The cause is cultural expectation. The effect is self-neglect that feels virtuous. Long-term studies like the Nurses' Health Study later revealed that women who delayed prioritizing their own health and finances early on paid a higher price decades later. But at the time, nothing felt urgent. Then come the changes that start quietly in the 40s. Hormonal shifts begin, bone density declines, metabolism slows. According to CDC data, women can lose up to 20% of their bone mass in the years surrounding menopause. At the same time, stress often peaks career pressure, caregiving, relationship strain. Instead of adjusting, many women normalize exhaustion. They tell themselves they'll focus on themselves later. This is where the first real risk takes root, postponing self-advocacy. By the time women reach their 50s and early 60s, the pattern feels locked in. Health appointments focus on symptoms, not prevention. Financial decisions are deferred or delegated. AARP surveys show that a large percentage of women enter retirement with less savings than expected, often because they underestimated longevity. The cause is optimism bias. The effect is vulnerability, but it still hasn't fully surfaced. Now comes the shift after 70 that most women ignore. Physical strength matters more. Cognitive clarity matters more. Financial literacy matters more. Yet this is also the age when many women step back, assuming it's too late to change. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that expectations about decline strongly influence actual outcomes. Women who believe it's too late are less likely to engage in strength training, cognitive challenge, or financial planning despite evidence that these interventions work well into the 80s. The breaking point arrives quietly. A fall that takes longer to recover from, a confusing medical bill, a trusted person making decisions without fully explaining them. According to Medicare data, women over 70 are more likely than men to experience extended disability after injury. Financially, older women are also disproportionately targeted by scams. The issue isn't intelligence, it's isolation combined with delayed preparation. This is where the cost becomes real. Health complications reduce independence. Reduced independence increases reliance on others. Lifestyle choices shrink. The Harvard study of adult development found that autonomy is one of the strongest predictors of happiness in later life. When women lose it unexpectedly, depression and anxiety rise. Money stress compounds health stress. And many women blame themselves, instead of recognizing the pattern. So what do people try instead? The failed fixes. They avoid difficult conversations. They rely on outdated advice like "don't worry" or "everything will work out." They trust systems without questioning them. They assume doctors, family, or institutions will automatically act in their best interest. But research consistently shows that older adults who ask more questions, seek second opinions, and stay engaged retain better outcomes. Silence feels polite, but it's expensive. Here's the twist most seniors never hear. The risks older women face aren't inevitable, they're predictable. And predictability means preventable. Aging science has shifted dramatically since the 1990s. Muscle responds to training at any age. Brains remain plastic. Financial recovery is possible later than most people think. The benefit of action hasn't expired, but the cost of delay keeps rising. So, what is this video really warning you about? It's not one mistake. It's a mindset. The belief that avoiding discomfort protects peace. In reality, avoidance quietly transfers control to chance, to other people, or to systems that don't prioritize you. Here's what you can do today if you're over 60. 3 direct actions. First, take ownership of your health information. Know your numbers, your medications, your options. Second, strengthen your body intentionally, even in small ways. Balance and strength are currencies of independence. Third, review your financial and legal situation with clarity, not fear. Awareness reduces risk. Here's the clear warning backed by evidence. Women who disengage from decision-making after 70 face higher rates of health decline, financial loss, and reduced autonomy, not because they're incapable, but because they waited too long to stay involved. And here's the open thought to hold until the next video. What if the greatest power you still have isn't what you can do physically, but what you're willing to face directly? If this made you uncomfortable in a useful way, like this video and share it with a woman who deserves to protect her future, and subscribe, because in the next chapter, we're uncovering the everyday habits that quietly keep older women strong, sharp, and in control long after 70.